fear.
How'd you know?
Tia William.
To the future. How did you tell him?
Moiraine did. I didn't. I'm surprised you let her live in the first place.
Desperation opens the mind to more, as it did for you.
Aren't you worried I'll betray you?
Will you?
Obviously.
Do you know why the Great Lord woke me first?
Because
Because I actually believe in the dark. I believe the only way to stop all this suffering.
So why release me?
Because I know what you want. What you've always wanted.
You're getting better in the dream world. Run this softer. And what about the girls?
I've only just collected them. But one craves power, and the other one fears it. On that was born mine. And Perrin will soon be more wolf than man. What do you think Rand will do when he sees his friends are all lost?
You will break.
My lord,
Time for you to go.
my lord, the High Lord Turak wishes an audience with you.
No Westlander has ever set foot on our shore. Where is it that you're from? And yet, you've moved quickly in our society. And it was you, was it not, who first saw the omens?
My eyes are too low to see such things. Only our Empress can see and know the omens for what they are.
With this, you've earned my notice.
The High Lady Suroth has a gift for you. I beg only you receive it in good faith.
I have brought you a gift, my lord.
Collar her. She must be tamed.
Everyone talks about Egwene Olvera's strength, her unwavering will, and her incredible power. But what if her meteoric rise wasn't a testament to her genius, but a flaw in the very fabric of the White Tower? We're taking a controversial look at whether Egwene's swift climb was a triumph of ability or a symptom of unprecedented chaos. To answer that, we first need to understand the White Tower as it should be. Not the fractured, fearful institution Egwene encountered, but the rigid, centuries-old machine that prided itself on slow, deliberate progress. For 1,000 years, the path from novice to accepted to Aes Sedai was a marathon, not a sprint. Novices spent years memorizing the histories of the tower, mastering the basics of channeling, never pushing too hard, never straying from the approved weaves, and learning to bow to every Aes Sedai, no matter how young or inexperienced. Accepted faced even stricter trials, the Three Arches, which tested their resolve against fear, temptation, and regret, and a battery of tests that could take months to complete. Even after becoming Aes Sedai, a sister spent decades climbing the ranks of her Aja, navigating the labyrinth of tower politics before she might ever be considered for a position of real power. The tower didn't just train channelers, it trained obedience to a system that valued stability over talent, tradition over innovation. Against that backdrop, Egwene's journey is nothing short of heretical. When she arrived at the White Tower in the Dragon Reborn, she was a farm girl from the Two Rivers, her channeling raw and unrefined, her only real skill a knack for entering Teleran Riod, the world of dreams, without training. A talent the Tower viewed with suspicion, not admiration. By all rights, she should have spent years mopping floors, memorizing scrolls, and being corrected for wasting time on the wolf dream. Instead, she became accepted in months, not years, and Aes Sedai in little more than a year. By the Shadow Rising, she was leading a group of exiled Aes Sedai and novices. By a crown of swords, she was Amelin Seat, the leader of the entire White Tower, at a time when most Aes Sedai were still decades away from even sitting on the Hall of the Tower. Not because the Tower suddenly decided to reward talent over tradition, but because the Tower itself was falling apart. The chaos began with Siwan Sanche's deposition, the former Amelin accused of consorting with a false dragon. Grand Owl Thor was stripped of her power, stilled, and thrown in a cell. A replacement, Elaida, Duavrini Aroyhan of the Red Ajar, ruled with fear, purging the Tower of anyone who disagreed with her, alienating the Blue Ajar which fled into exile, and turning the Ajars against one another. The Tower, once a united front, split into two. Elaida's faction, isolated and paranoid in Tar Valon, and the exiles, led by Siwan and Leane, scattered across the world. To make matters worse, the Seanchan invaded, capturing Aes Sedai and collaring them as damane weapons, not sisters, shattering the Tower's illusion of invincibility. The traditional system, which had held for a millennium, couldn't survive this. The rules that would have slowed Egwene to a crawl were irrelevant when the Tower was fighting for its survival. Egwene's genius wasn't in breaking the rules, it was in thriving when the rules broke down. Let's be clear, Egwene was talented. Her control over Teleran Rion was unmatched. She could weave Saidar with a precision that even seasoned Aes Sedai admired. She had a knack for uniting people, even when they hated each other. But those talents would have been smothered in a functional white tower. The Red Ajar would have labeled her too close to Rand and sidelined her. The Blue Ajar, while sympathetic, would have insisted she wait her turn. The Hall of the Tower would have dismissed her youth, her Two Rivers roots, her refusal to play by their political games. But in a broken tower, those flaws became strengths. The exiled Aes Sedai, desperate for a leader who could stand against Elaida and the Seanchan, didn't care that Egwene was young. They cared that she was brave, that she knew Rand, and could reason with him, that she wasn't afraid to fight. The novices and accepted, tired of being ignored or abused by Elaida's followers, flocked to Egwene because she saw them as equals, not servants. When she was raised Amelin, it wasn't because she'd earned the Tower's respect through decades of service. It was because the exiles needed a symbol, a figurehead who could rally them, and Egwene was the only one who fit. Even her greatest triumphs were rooted in chaos. When she retook the White Tower from Elaida in Knife of Dreams, she didn't do it through traditional Tower politics. She did it by allying with the Seanchan, a move no traditional Amelin would ever consider, by using Teleran Riod to outmaneuver Elaida's guards, and by counting on the Tower's own divisions to weaken her enemies. It was a brilliant strategy, yes, but it was only possible because the Tower was already so fractured that it couldn't defend itself. Critics will argue that Egwene's rise was inevitable, that her strength of will would have broken through the Tower's rules no matter what. But let's compare her to Nynaeve or Miera, another Two Rivers girl with raw talent, even more powerful than Egwene, and just as stubborn.